What's going on, YouTube? Official Keith here. Just wanted to drop this quick video to share my thoughts on Dodge in 2020 or 2021. First, let me do a couple of shout outs. First, I want to shout out to Knockout 360. I watched his video and he gave some pretty valid points. Now, as far as getting the information, we all get the information from pretty much the same place, which is the internet. So if you do some Googling and searching, you can kind of, or even some forums, you can kind of see how, people are speculating and whatnot on what Dodge is going to do. So shout out to him. And then shout out to Jay Will, because I actually moved my seat back as far as it can go. His link will be in the description as well for his car channel. But he mentioned that he has a 300S, and he mentioned how he has to move the seat all the way back because he's 6'2" or 6'3", something like that. So I moved my seat back, and I'm literally laying in the back seat. Like, this is crazy. I'm not tall at all. I'm 5'10", and this, man, shout out to you, sir. But let's go ahead and get into this video. One of the things that Knockout 360 mentioned is as far as if you have a Mopar vehicle right now, and sorry about the shakes because that little stabilizer thing I got is trash, but whatever. As far as getting upgrading a vehicle to a new vehicle, he made the valid point of waiting until 2021, because, and this is nothing new. Every automaker does this. They release the newness, and then the car dealerships are trying to get rid of the oldness. But I think it's a little bit different with Dodge, only because there's so many different variations of the current generation vehicles right now, which, Dodge, or the Charger, the Challenger, Durango, very, very different. And for example, I drive a V6 Charger. I'm sure my next vehicle is going to be a V8, and I had it in my mind to, get a 5.7. I think for my needs, or for my wants, let's get that straight. For my wants, I think a 5.7 liter V8 would do just fine. But then if you think about it, if I wait until 2021 to get a V8, I could possibly get a Scat Pack for pennies, as Knockout 360 said, for pennies. Like, think about that for a second. You're getting a V8 engine, and you could possibly get a 392 Scat for well below what you would pay now. And one thing that stood out to me more than anything in his video is that he said that the power plant in the car will never be not relevant. That's so true. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, you could have a 2015 Scat Pack, and that power will still be relevant. It may not be a new car, obviously, but it'll still be relevant. So that got me to thinking, for my situation, and why not wait? It gives you time. This car is financed, so it gives you time to pay down as much as you can, and then when it's time, you can go ahead and flip this bad boy, let someone else enjoy it, and you get something. You graduate to the next level. So that's a pretty good idea there. But I also wonder about Dodge's decision for design for 2021. Now, only a few people know what's going to happen right now, and that's, of course, the head honchos over at Dodge. But you have to think about this, and this is another point that Knockout 360 pointed out. And if I haven't said it already, his link is in the video description below. Another point is, we have to remember, out of all of this, Fiat is the owner of Dodge. They're calling some pretty big shots. So are we going to see more European styling? Personally, I hope not. I hope that whatever the redesign is, I hope they stay with the spirit of what we have now and what we've had in the past. I'm not really knocking Fiat, but I'm knocking Fiat. And the reason why is because, their design works great for the Fiat branded vehicles. And let's just keep it real. Most of their vehicles are not sold here in the States. So that brand and the way that they make their vehicles, it works perfect. But I just don't know if that'll translate well over here. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Another thing that I want to touch on is the possibility of a V6 Charger Challenger Durango in the coming years, 2021, with twin turbo. Now, I know there's been a lot of videos speculating about this, and I want to say, no, I'm not going to say that because I can't remember if I actually saw that or not. But a lot of people have been talking about it, and let's think about it for a second. A starting level SXT vehicle with twin turbo, or an available twin turbo, I guess. I don't know if that'd be a trim or not, or would that be a true GT? I mean, it's all kinds of craziness going on with Dodge right now. I think that would be feasible if the price is right. Now, you know, that if you go on Dodge's website right now, you can look at an SXT or GT. Yeah, SXT or GT, and I believe the starting range is around 28,000. But then they might show some discounts. Like, I know Dodge is doing that horsepower discount right now, where it's $10 off for every horsepower that's in, it's in the engine. I don't know. I just feel like if they do a twin turbo option, I think it's going to be a little bit up there. And if that's the case, I don't honestly know if that would be able to work. But then I can't see into the future. We don't know what our financial situation is going to be in 2021 as far as the country is concerned. So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of down with a non-V8 twin turbo engine Mopar. I mean, it's what it is. So we'll see definitely what's going to happen there if that happens. But I think the main thing out of all of this Dodgeness, this Dodge craziness, is going to be the design. We just got to go back to it. It's the design. Like, I'm just trying to think. Like, I've been trying to think here for some time now, a couple of weeks. How in the world can they update what we have here to something that's totally? It can happen, but something that's totally fresh, that's not out of the ordinary. Like, for example, if you look at the Ram trucks, shout out to Jay Will and the Laramie Project. I'm pretty sure that's going to resume when he's ready to resume it. So for those of y'all asking, quit asking him about when he's going to get that truck. Like the Ram trucks, if you get them equipped, they have that Tesla looking screen, and I hate to use that as a reference, but they have that Tesla looking or a Tesla size screen in the middle console, which is perfect because you get a lot more real estate to do a lot more stuff. So I think the number one, even more than price, because I'm gonna just tell you right now, I'm not getting a 2020 or 2021 Mopar vehicle. I'd rather let somebody else eat that depreciation on my next vehicle, because I'll definitely buy a used one like I bought this car used. But I think the design cues will be very interesting in that 2021 year. And then, since we're speaking on all this craziness with Dodge, what about the Dodge Charger wide body Hellcat or Daytona Hellcat? I don't even know how they're going to word all that, but what about that vehicle? Like, they're only making 501 of those. So obviously that one is going to be put up somewhere, maybe in a museum or at Dodge's headquarters or something. Excuse me, but they're going to make 501 of those. The Hellcats, if I'm not mistaken, and if I am, just fact check me, I believe they'll start at, $68,000 on Dodge's website. And then you go to the actual dealer and do what you do. But those Hellcat, those Daytona Hellcats, they're making 501 of them. Is that a sign that they're going to end the Hellcats? I mean, I know we've talked, and I say we, Dodge community, or car community for that matter, I know we've talked, okay, 501 means there's going to be a design change. So we've already talked about that. But what about the Hellcat? The Hellcat's in jeopardy right now. I believe there's some law or something that's going into effect with the EPA, I think, or something, where the engines have to have something or something. Yeah, I'm saying something a lot, but you know, what's going to be the status of the Hellcats? And of course, if there's something with the law that translates to the Hellcat being retired, that's also going to retire Demons and any future 1320s. And Dodge, speaking of 1320s, come on, dog, come on. Not that I'm trying to buy a 1320, but for the price of a 1320, I just wanted to drop this video, man, just to share my thoughts on Dodge. I kind of like doing this little thing here. I know a lot of YouTubers that I follow, they'll hop in the car and they'll talk, and this is kind of cool. So I think I'm gonna keep this up for a little while. Anyway, go ahead and smash that like button if you like the content, as far as us just having a sit down talk. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you'll be notified when I upload the next video. And yeah, let's just stay tuned and see what Dodge is going to do. As always, this is Official Keith. You're now official. We'll see you later.